The mics were on, coffee cups were warm, and the energy in the room was one part excitement, one part nervous laughter. As far as being newlyweds, she began, leaning in like she had a secret to share. I really want to talk about it in depth, in detail, because we had a lot of plans. Her voice softened, but the smile stayed. A lot of goals, a lot of aspirations for when we got married. She paused, as if weighing whether to bring up the next thought, and then went for it. This isn't even really one of the topics for today, but I gotta ask you a question. What do you see when you picture us and a baby? Oh my gosh, he chuckled, shaking his head knowingly. Here we go. No, seriously, I want to talk about it because I want other people's opinions too. She took a breath, then jumped into the history. Okay, you guys, listen. The first year we were together, like really together, he wanted to have a baby with me. No hesitation. He was ready. And I was the sane one saying, no, babe, we gotta wait. We gotta be careful. He smirked. Careful's not really my thing. Exactly. You were more like, whatever, let's just go for it. But me? I had rules. I always said, once we get married, fine, we'll talk babies. But I am not having a baby for a man who hasn't put a ring on my finger. I don't care how much I love you. You've got to be my husband before I push a human out of my body. Period. They both laughed at the memory, but the seriousness underneath it was clear. So, she continued, literally the day we got married, he was like, all right, we're married now, let's go, give me my baby. And I was just like, hold up. Her face softened again. Don't get me wrong, I do want to have children. But it's so scary. I'm terrified. Pregnancy isn't just this cute Instagram moment, it's serious. You're risking a lot. Things can go wrong. And I think about it a lot. He tilted his head. You are the definition of a Google freak. What's the word for it? Hypochondriac? She sighed, already laughing at herself. Yeah, I am. And it's crazy, he said, because she'll have a stomach ache and start Googling her symptoms, and by the end she's convinced it's the worst-case scenario every time. She rolled her eyes, but admitted, if there's any pain, I'm like, oh my God, it's cancer, or I have a brain tumor. My health anxiety is next level, and when I get pregnant, oh, I know I'm going to be checking every little thing. Am I okay? Is the baby okay? I'll be calling the doctor like every other day. He grinned and pointed at her. Case in point, last month she had the worst period cramps. And what did you think it was? It's not funny, she protested, but the laugh broke through anyway. Okay. I thought it might be an ectopic pregnancy. An epoxy pregnancy, he teased. Stop, she said, laughing harder. Ectopic pregnancy. The pain felt so different. We hadn't been exactly careful, so I thought maybe... He shook his head at the memory. We were literally in bed watching Tammy and Amy, and out of nowhere she's like, do you think I'm having an ectopic pregnancy? But it can happen, she said, raising her hands. It's not like I just made it up. They both laughed again, and he pointed out the pattern. You'll read a list of 10 possible causes, and instead of thinking it's the first one, the most common, you'll jump straight to number 10, the most severe, even though it's the least likely. Every time. Her smile dimmed just slightly. But for real, that's part of why I'm scared about having kids. It's not just about pregnancy, it's the world we'd be bringing them into. With the laws now, in some places you can't even terminate a pregnancy if your life is at risk. That's terrifying. He leaned forward, his tone shifting. I get it. I really do. You already have your own health concerns, and I don't want to risk losing you. It's scary for me too. But at the same time, women are resilient. Your body is literally made for this. I know that, she said softly. I remind myself of that all the time. And I do want kids. I want to give that to you. I know I will, eventually. But I'd be lying if I said I don't sometimes wonder, what if I can't? It's something a lot of women think about. He nodded. And men have things we can do, or not do, that affect it too. I didn't know energy drinks could mess with fertility until recently. I was drinking 2 or 3 a day. That's double what's recommended if you're trying for a baby. She nodded. Little things like that aren't talked about enough. People think it's all about the woman's body, but it's both of us. There was a beat of silence before she changed gears. Speaking of both of us, let's talk about our house situation. His face fell slightly. Yeah, that's been a tough one. Our lease is up next year, she explained. If we got pregnant right now, we'd have the baby and then be moving 1 month later. I am not setting up a nursery only to pack it all up a month postpartum. That's too much. She looked at him, almost apologetically. So my thinking is either we wait until after we move, which would be another year, or, well, actually, that's my only plan. Because I don't want to start a family in this house. I've been wanting to leave for years. I want a new house for a new chapter. He exhaled, trying not to sound too disappointed. When you said that, I can't lie. I was bummed. We had this whole timeline in our heads, and now it feels like it's getting pushed back again. If I'd known how you felt about not starting here, maybe we would have waited on the wedding and prioritized moving first. She gave him a half smile. We just renewed the lease, so here we are. He shrugged. It's not like we've been preventing anything. We've got the ovulation strips, we've been tracking cycles. But now you're saying another 6 months to a year before we even try? That's pushing our first kid back 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. And I'm already 27. She laughed gently. You just turned 27. You're still young. Yeah, but 30 is right there, he said, snapping his fingers. When I was 23, I still felt like a kid. Now 30's around the corner, and I don't want to wait until then to start. That's the first quarter of the script. I can continue expanding this into the full 4,000 words, keeping the humor, tangents, heartfelt moments, and storytelling consistent until we have a smooth, engaging, long-form conversation.